Ladies and gentlemen, the ending media crew welcomes you to the following presentation of IHSA Regional Basketball as the 12-seeded Antioch travels north to take the 6-seeded Niles Notre Dame in the Don Dome. My name is Jimmy Ryan, joined by Aiden Nelson. The players are taking the field. How are we feeling?
Feeling very excited for this one, Jimmy. Big regional matchup. The 6 o'clock game wrapped up not too long ago. That one going to a Vegas against Lakes, who advanced to the regional championship to face the winner of this game on Friday.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge matchup. Both teams very similar in size. Both teams, Antioch 17-13, Niles Notre Dame 15-15. Both have about the same record. Of course, there have been some questions about strength of schedule on both sides of the field. Really exciting matchup today. And Niles Notre Dame hosting the regional championship in their own court. This is going to be an exciting game.
Which they are tonight. So we'll see which team can stay hot and keep things going. It looks like starting the game with technical. Makes the first one. Makes the first one too.
I mean, what really starts the game? I mean, the clock hasn't even started running down. And points on the board. 2 to start for Belidi. As we were talking about earlier, though, about getting hot, Antioch has won 5 in a row going into this matchup. Niles Notre Dame, 3 losses in a row. This is not something that you want for Niles, at least. Going into this is not how you want to start going into the playoffs. And so now as they take the offensive position first.
So now a transfer from the Paul Card prep. Came over here with some playing time, been the starting point guard the whole season. Good to go. His first shot in a game in about 2 or 3 months. He's been out with a hand injury this pretty much the entire season. First game back, first start, first shot, 2 points for that.
Yeah, this is going to be a big question mark. How is Ryder going to play? I mean, you leave within the first month of the season and you go right back into IHSA playoffs. How hot are you? And I mean, clearly he's ready to play some basketball, starting off with a big 2. This is again a team off.
Top of the key three-pointer is good off the back end. Dons start hot in the first minute of tonight's game, 7-8.
This is something that you don't really see from the Dons. Starting off hot has been kind of a question mark for them. They're usually super defensive in that first quarter, but I mean, 7 points with 6:54 to go. I mean, can't ask for a better start for them. And a bit of miscommunication there with Mazeroski. It looks like a lead to jump on that one. Antioch retains possession. A real good job. Up to 15. Top of the key now, that's it. Just swinging around, trying to find some sort of open look. Tries to find Berkey in the paint. After that, back on his feet after getting knocked down by Ryder Ray. I really like how Antioch has been really patient to start off this game. They're really waiting for their opportunity to get open, as you can see. Appears to be another game. Going back to being hot. Antioch is a team that you look at their box score, they're either winning by 30 or they're losing by 20. Niles, they keep games close, but they tend to lose those close games. So it's going to be very vital. As Rhea interrupts you there for a 3 from the corner. Dons off to a high first quarter for ND, but I mean, this is just a complete shakeup in the play style.
And Niles goes for the two, goes unfixed. The Downs trying to expand the lead with 5:15 in the first quarter.
Finishing up. It was said before though, with Brady.
Up to this time off the back line now. So Antioch has an opportunity here to put some points back on the board. Lessen the deficit, and it spoke a little too soon. Nazarowski goes for a trip with the basketball. And travel code 5 minutes to play now in the first quarter.
I mean, Niles with 2 fouls, Antioch with 1 on the board.
This was so far. Not even halfway through the first quarter, 4 fouls total. Not even to mention, well, I think that is going from the technical at the start of the game. Again, technically starts the game. Lee gets a hand on it on the inbound from Layup. And some conversation about who last touched before going to the bound. But it looks like Notre Dame's going to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, Niles is no stranger to having a lot of fouls early on. This is a large third.
Shellstrom does not touch anything. A great play by Lee to keep it in bounds. Get to the two. A render mission. Strong with a nice finish underhand off the backboard.
Yeah, I mean, Antioch, you have your cover blown a little bit on Vincent Shell. You kind of capitalize off the missing there.
As Nekio with a nice Euro step gets into the paint and finishes to a second lead for the Downs.
Antioch looking to make a play here. Taking their time. Again, patience is key here.
Nazarowski for the top of the key, a little short. Inside of the paint, travels with it before kicking it out. Both teams with a travel on their resume. Subs coming in. Looks like number 12-5, Cooper Marabella checking in for Antioch. He steps in for Jason Lee.
3 minutes 45 here to go. Antioch again. Struggle too soon before. Looks like I'm going to do it again.
And Turkey gets called for the charge. Driving to the basket.
Talk about it. Messy first half. I mean, a little bit more than halfway through the first quarter. We've seen 5 fouls. People are getting adjusted to the playoff game style. Miscommunication.
And another charge call. This one is
looks like Reed is checking in for Clement. This is a guy that you want in that box. Doing a real good job of getting points on the board this season. Let's see if Antioch has an answer.
Add some much-needed size to this Notre Dame lineup as well. Very static right now. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. DeVito swings it to Savard in the corner. Cross court to Selhurst, who nails the three-pointer.
Yeah, Brady's not a guy you want to leave open. Another foul or a timeout. It appears a timeout was taken on Antioch.
So the timeout on Antioch with 2:42 left to play. Don's up 15-4 in the first quarter. Welcome back to first quarter action in this playoff game, first round playoff game, IHSA playoffs, as Notre Dame takes on Antioch. About 2:35 left to play. Some trap defense there doesn't get the job done. Now Mark Render trying to make something happen. Marabella top of the key. A lot of short 1-foot passes around the top of the key here. Antioch trying to get something set up now with 2 at the top of the key, working on Rosslyn. Pull up. Little long off the back iron and out.
Yeah, Antioch, I mean, you're spending a lot of time here in your own. Interrupted again. I mean, no opportunity to talk for me, but I mean, another travel. Was that the 3rd or 4th of the game? Oof. I was saying before, though, Antioch not really capitalizing on their opportunities so far. I mean, this is a team that has scored up to 70, 80 points in their games, expecting them to get hot eventually.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Mazurowski, Marabella working on DeVito. Off the backboard and out with 2 with the great offensive rebound, but he can't finish at the rim.
Back to Notre Dame territory. Reed getting in the box. Can't find it, trips up.
Now Antioch pushing, Dons. Man down, Mazurowski. No good from the corner. And the rebound kicks off. I think they're going to say that that's out on Jake Yeager. So now 1:30 to play. Don still holding on to this 11-point lead.
This is the score, I mean, very low scoring. That's how Notre Dame likes to play their games. And another miscommunication.
Errant pass there. Savarna couldn't get it to Selhurst. Marbella pull up. Nothing but net on that one. Drains it from the wing.
That's what I was talking about before, capitalizing on those big plays. You have an opportunity to decrease Niles' lead, and you do it right there.
That's a huge swing there. Getting points back on the board for him. It's been a while since Antioch, or really anybody in this game, has put points on the board. Marabella doing it there. Now the Dons, 40 seconds to play, trying to find something. DeVito trying to be shifty and goes high off the glass.
What a play. I mean, that's exactly what you needed for momentum. Ricky DeVito, way to get in there and get rough. Now Antioch, 22 seconds left and counting. Gonna try to stall it out, just get some last few points on the board without giving the ball back to Notre Dame.
Marabella top of the key with 2 on the wing. Mazurowski driving. Shot blocked by Selhurst, but rebounded by number 30, Logan Lennon. Now cross-court pass back to Mazurowski. And time runs out on Antioch. So that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Dons hold a 10-point lead, 17-7.
And we're back at the Don Dome. The Dons lead Antioch 17-7. It's the second quarter. I'm Henry Thuet. This is Jack Lloyd.
Yep, we saw in the first quarter the Dons were firing on all cylinders from the three-point line and from the mid-range and layup. Antioch came out a bit slow. You could see it by the scoreboard, 17-7. Dons are in control.
Both groups are sending out similar personnel. Reed checking in for the Dons. It's Brock with the ball. Hands it off to DeVito. DeVito to Brock. Brock to DeVito. And it's DeVito that goes to Brock again. Brock to Reed. And it's going to be called out of bounds by Antioch. Dons maintain possession.
Yeah, Antioch's transitioning into a zone here. Working pretty well to start.
It's Brock to inbound. Brock to DeVito. DeVito to Brock. Aggressive D by Antioch. Brock gives it to Brady, who puts one up for the two-point play. 19-7, Dons.
Yeah, good way to break the zone there. Brady just snuck into the corner, got a layup.
It'll be Mark, takes the ball up. He'll give it to Teddy with two. Back to Jack. Jack gives it to number 25, Cooper Medella. Mabella to Mark Render, who tries to drive into the Dons defense. Misses the shot, and it'll be a rebound by Reed, who gives it to DeVito. Quick flick back to Brock, who will take the ball up. Defense by Mark Render. Brock passes it to Reed, who gives it to Brady, who draws the three-point play.
Almost the exact same play as the first possession, just Reed instead this time. Get it to Brady on the post-up, and Brady makes that all day. And an extra point here, potentially, on the line.
And the starters seem to check back in for Antioch. It's Marshall who comes in for Cooper. It'll be Teddy Watu who brings the ball up. He'll give it to Jack, who gives it down low to number 2, Marshall, who puts it up and draws the foul.
So far, we could definitely see the home court advantage for the Dons. Just a lot more energy from the student section. I think it's really helping right now.
And Marshall will miss the first one. Checking in for the Dons, Carmen and Ryder Rea. And misses both free throws. It'll be Carmen who gets the rebound, who gives it to Brock. Brock defended by Teddy Watu. He gives it to Ryder, who hands it off to DeVito. Back to Carmen, down low. Back to Brady, who shoots a three and misses. It's Teddy Watu trying to get a fast break, and he'll go in for a layup.
A nice transition offense there from Antioch. Get some points on the board this quarter.
Brock with the ball. Watu up top playing defense. Ryder with the ball now. It's Brock to Ryder.
It's a box and one on Brady right now.
And Brock again back to Ryder. Ryder looking for someone to pass to. It'll be Brock. Back to Ryder. Brock gets the ball after Ryder's double teamed. Carmen struggles but hangs on to it. Gives it to Ryder, who puts up a three and misses. And it's Teddy Watu again with the transition.
That's a travel.
And the travel before the attempted three-point shot by Mark Render.
Yeah, we just don't see any ball movement from Antioch right now. They're all just playing hero ball. Dons are doing the opposite.
And Shell gives it to Brock, who gets, again, picked up by Teddy with 2. Brady, gives it to Ryder, who gives it back to Shell. Shell to Ryder. Ryder, double teamed up top. Tries to penetrate, can. It'll be a steal from Watu, and Watu comes in with the transition offense and hits it for 2. It'll be Shell now with the ball. Shell guarded by number 11, Mark Render.
Got a man
He'll
open.
give it to Carmen. Carmen back to DeVito. DeVito denied. And number 25, who just checked in, Cooper Marbella, will have the ball. He flips it to Teddy Watu. And Watu is defended by DeVito. DeVito back to Marshall. Marshall gives it to Jason Lee. Lee to Render, and Render misses the three-point shot. Brady takes the ball, but a timeout for the Dons. And we'll be back after the timeout. And we're back. It's 22-11. Dons lead. And it'll be a similar personnel. Reed and Shell will check out. Reed will check out for Carmen. And it'll be Brady to inbound the ball. Brock picked up by number 13, Jack Yeager.
Double team on him.
And it'll be back to Brady. Brady with a missed three-point attempt. And a foul is drawn on the rebound attempt from Teddy Watu. Inbounding for Antioch, Cooper Marbell, who'll give it to Teddy Watu, who will be picked up by Brock Savarna. Brock Savarna on Teddy Watu. Watu flicks it to Marshall, who goes up with it. Missed shot, rebound by Jason Lee, but he can't hang on to it. It'll be out of bounds. Antioch ball behind the board. Watu gets the ball. It'll be Watu who puts it up for a short jumper. Misses it, and Brock will get the rebound. He'll take it up. Guarded by Yeager. Brock gives it back to Brady. Back to Brock. Brock gives it to Ryder, who's wide open. And misses the shot, but he gets his own rebound. Misses it again. Rebound by Jason Lee, and it'll be a jump ball. They'll give that one to Antioch.
Yeah, Don's got to stop shooting so much threes here. They've seen a lot of success at the rim, but they've been getting complacent here. 3 threes in a row.
Watu will inbound to Jack Yeager. Yeager's going to get subbed out here for Cameron Spike. And Spike will get the ball. He'll be picked up likely by Brock. It'll be Teddy Watu with the ball now. Watu gives it to Spike. Spike back to Cooper. Cooper to number 12, Jason Lee, who gives it to Marshall. Marshall to number 10, Cameron Spike. Spike to Teddy Watu. Watu on the perimeter gives it to Cooper, and Cooper misses the three-point attempt. Foul drawn by the Dons on the rebound.
Yeah, it just seems like Antioch can get nothing going right now. They're not moving the ball well. They're not doing any cuts, or they're just shooting threes, and none of them are going in right now.
Brock will receive the inbound from Brady. Brock picked up by Mark Render. He'll give it to Brady. Brock with the ball now. Double teamed here. It'll be back to Brady. Brady will give it to Reed. Back to Brady. Carmen tries to go up with it, can't. Denied at the rim. And it'll be Watu with the ball, trying to go quick with it. He'll try to go into the paint. And a clumsy pass by Watu. And it'll be a turnover intended for Mark Render. Brock gives it to Brady. Brady double teamed. Brock back to Brady. Brady gives it to Carmen in the paint, who throws it outside, to Ryder, who has an open look for a second. Reed with the rebound. And he can't save the ball. It'll be Antioch ball.
It's been about 2 or 3 minutes since any of the teams have scored so far.
Jack Morowski with the ball. Gives it to Watu. It'll be Watu who gives it back to Morowski. Watu to Marshall. Marshall to Jack. Jack back to Watu. Watu back to Matarzik. And it'll be Lee who gives it to Watu, who drives and misses for 2. And Brock will get the rebound, and he'll take it up. A high pass by Brock to Brady, who gives it to Reed inside the paint, who throws something up and is fouled on his way up. Excuse me, that was on the ground, a foul on the ground, and the Dons have possession. Brock with the ball to inbound. He gives it to Brady, who puts it up quick. Can't do anything with it. But it'll be Marshall Gretchik with the rebound, and they'll go fast with it. Mark Render drives inside the paint. Stolen for a second by DeVito, but he'll go out of bounds.
Good hustle there. Just a little bit short on the line.
And it's Watu to inbound. Watu gives it to Max Sherman. Sherman gives it to Mark Render. Render to Jason Lee, back to Watu. Watu to Sherman. Sherman to Mark Render. Misses the shot, rebounded by Jason Lee. Back to Sherman. Back to Watu. And Watu has the ball, holding it. He'll give it to Sherman, who does the same. And it'll be Mark Render, who gives it to Watu. And inside the paint, he'll find Marshall Gretchik. But Ryder Rea with the defense.
It's going to go to the Dons.
And it'll be a jump ball given to the Dons.
Could probably hold for 1 here. No reason to rush.
Brady gives it to Brock. They'll take their time here. Brock with a little bit of tempo to get over the half-court line. It'll be Brock who lobs it over to DeVito, who gives it to Reed, who draws the foul in the paint. He'll miss the first one. 22-11. Notre Dame Dons still lead Antioch. And he'll miss the second one as well. Both these teams struggling with free throws. It'll be Watu, who gives it to Jack. Jack to Marshall. Marshall to Jack. Back to Render, who gives it to Lee, who throws up a long 2, but misses it. And it'll be DeVito who takes it up for the Dons. DeVito to Ryder, who gives it to Brady, who has an open look, and he'll miss the 3. Brock gets the rebound, however, and he'll put it up for an easy 2. And that will do it for the half. Don's trail here. What do you think some adjustments Antioch needs to make? And vice versa, what do you think the Dons have to do to maintain the lead?
Yeah, Don's just got to get inside to the paint. They're not hitting any of their shots in this quarter. Antioch's got to do a lot of things, but ball movement, first of all. They're playing against a man defense. Would like to see a little bit more cuts, but yeah. Dons are looking good right now, but Antioch could still come back.
And that will do it for the half. We'll see you in about 9 minutes.
Hello and welcome back to IHSA Regional Basketball. We're going to take a quick moment here in the halftime to kind of look at the bracket as we see here. So we first started in the regional play-in. That was on the 22nd of February. It was the Lakes versus Northtown Chicago. The Lakes, I think it's Lake Villa, absolutely dominated that game offensively. 74-35, was able to kind of climb into that semifinal against Deerfield this afternoon. The game before this, they ended up dropping a 23-40 or to 65. Deerfield put on an absolute clinic of a show, and now they have advanced to that regional final. The winner of today's game, Niles, Notre Dame, and Antioch, will face them in the regional finals. We kind of look at what's at stake here. Niles going for back-to-back regional championships, and Deerfield, I believe, also trying to capture the same title as well as back-to-back champions. This is going to be a really interesting game. I mean, Deerfield is absolutely phenomenal. They have two of these players. I think it's a number 11, number 5. They did a great job offensively. Their defense just absolutely pummeled down Lake Villa. That's all I have to say. Really exciting game. We're going to see who kind of matches up here in the regional final in the Don Dome on Friday.
Welcome back to the Don Dome for this IHSA State Series action with the Notre Dame Dons facing off against the Antioch Sequentans. It's 24-11, the Dons lead. I'm Henry Thuet, joined with Jimmy Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a real interesting game so far. To start off in that first quarter, it was an offensive light show on the Niles side. Put up 7 within like the first minute and a half of the game. But since then, both offenses, especially the Dons, it feels like, have kind of stalled, kind of laying back. They do have an incredible lead of 13. We'll see if that ends up kind of holding. But, I mean, the Antioch Sequentas They're looking to make some moves. I mean, they got real close at multiple points in the game. They had opportunities. It's just kind of utilizing them to its maximum potential. But it looks like they will be starting here on offense to start quarter 3.
Both teams send their starting lineups back out, and Watu will get the ball to start it for the Antioch Sequentins. It'll be Mark Render who gives it to Markowski. Markowski gives it to Lee. Back to Render. Render to Marshall. Marshall to Watu, who makes something happen down low. 24-13. Dons still lead.
That's what we're talking about. Just getting points on the board. That's been a struggle for both sides. Both teams, I should say. Brock getting smothered.
It'll be a travel called on the Dons. Brock Servarna getting double teamed. Couldn't keep his pivot foot. It'll be Watu, who quickly gives it to Mark Render, who'll take it up, joined by Shell on defense. It's Markowski who gives it to Watu, who shoots the short 3, misses. Brock Servarna gets the rebound, lobs it to Brady, who gives it back to Brock, back to Brady, Brady to Vincent Shell, who has it beyond the 3-point line to Carmen down low. Carmen can't do anything with it, and it'll be a jump ball called. And Antioch will get the, the Dons will remain in possession.
A little bit of confusion there. I mean, Antioch, either way, they're doing a real good job smothering the Dons. This is exactly what they needed. Really need to get in their face and just rip it out of them.
It'll be Carmen who has the ball, gives it to Ryder with an open look, and he'll miss the attempted 3. Knocked out of bounds by Carmen. Knocked out of bounds by Antioch, and it'll be Don's ball underneath the basket. Brock Servarna with the ball to inbound.
And I was keeping the possession there, exactly what they were looking for. Brady.
He'll draw the foul down low on the shot, and he'll get 2.
Yeah, really big opportunity here to expand that lead. Get some points on the board to start the third quarter. 6 minutes, 54 to go.
He'll take care of the first one.
Doing real good here.
And he'll miss the second one. Free throw's been a problem for both teams so far. It'll be Render with the ball. He'll be picked up by Shell. Render gives it to Watu. Watu drives, but quickly gives it to Marshall, who draws the foul in the paint.
Yeah, right around. Big question mark going into this game. Really kind of defying the odds. You know, hasn't played a basketball game really even in a long while. Trying to make plays, but has drawn a couple of fouls here.
And it'll be Watu to inbound. He'll give it to Jack. Jack to Marshall. Marshall down low. He'll give it to Mark. Mark to Marshall. Marshall to Watu, who gives it down low to Jack. Jack to Marshall with the dunk.
What a play. That is exactly what they were looking for. I mean, that's the type of play that you need to make here. But now,
and it'll be Brock with the ball. Brady with the ball. He'll drive. He'll miss the shot. It'll be Marshall with the initial rebound. Struggles, but eventually takes hold of it. It'll be Watu with the transition offense, who make it with a contested layup. Will make the score 25-17. Timeout, Dons.
What a complete switch up here in the offense. Both teams kind of switching the positions here. Antioch was definitely playing early on a little bit slower, but now it seems to be all Antioch here with back-to-back huge plays to disband their lead. Only down to 8 for the Dons. And a timeout was taken. Definitely a little bit of confusion. Tom Clancy's definitely going to have a word. I mean, you can't just have these holes open, giving them big opportunities. I mean, you have a 8-point lead, but that's not comfortable enough to start kind of laying back on that gas pedal in a sense, especially when Antioch decides to just go full throttle right there.
And the Dons will inbound. It'll be Ryder Rea who will inbound likely to Brock Servana. Brock will be picked up by Mark Render, Brock will give it to Brady. It will be tipped by Watu. Watu doesn't like the call, but it'll be Don's ball. Brady to Carmen. Carmen holds it, looking to pass. It'll be Brady. Carmen with the open look. He won't shoot. He'll give it back to Brady. Brady drives, gives it to Ryder, but not before he draws the foul.
A lot of confusion when it comes to the fouls on these recent plays on the Antioch side.
And it'll be Ryder who gives it to Brock beyond the half-court line. Brock dribbles it up, double-teamed quickly. Ryder with the open look, dribbles inside the perimeter. Back to Brock, back to Brady. Brady gives it to Shell, who has an open look on three. Juke, jump fakes, and hits the long two.
Getting points on the board, exactly what Niles was looking for here. Antioch, though, an opportunity to respond and keep that gas going.
And it'll be Watu driving, but he'll give it to Mark Render, who's open but misses. And it'll be Jason Lee back to Watu, back to Marshall. Marshall gives it to Watu, who gives it to Jack. Jack with the offensive foul. That one's drawn by Ryder Rea on the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean, Brady's going to have an opportunity. Brady and Brock, quite a dynamic duo here. An opportunity to drive up here.
It'll be Brady to Shell to Brock. Brock with some heavy press by Mark Render, but it'll be quick tempo for the Dons, who gives it to Shell. Shell to Brady. Brady drives, gives it to Ryder. Ryder cannot put up the two.
Don's losing a little bit of steam here. Antioch has a chance to kind of put them away here.
Antioch settles in here as Watu gives it to Mark. Mark to Watu. Watu holds it, but it'll be Marshall with the ball in the paint. Back to Jason Lee, to Watu, who has an open look for three, but misses the shot.
Ball went out of bounds. Ryder Rea to get the ball back into play. Both teams are kind of on and off here. I mean, it feels like when one team starts getting hot, the other one is able to quickly respond, and then when one team gets shut out, the other one quickly burns out as well.
A little bit of press from Mark Render. Some sloppy passing for the Dons, but Carmen will eventually get it. DeVito for three, and he'll miss it.
Again, both teams kind of playing off each other here. Another foul is called.
Foul's called on Carmen, and now in foul trouble, he'll get subbed out for Reed Roslin. And it'll be Watu to inbound. Watu gives it to Cooper. Back to Watu for three, and he'll miss the contested three-point shot. Brock Servarna gives it to Brady. Brady drives, but finds Ryder with the open look, and he cannot make the shot. And there will be a foul called on the offense after the rebound. Antioch with possession. The Dons not happy about that one.
Yeah, I mean, Antioch and Niles Notre Dame. I mean, talk about two teams that are kind of playing off each other scoring-wise. when one team misses one, it feels like another one misses one as well.
And it'll be Marshall inside the paint with the contested 2-point shot. A scramble for the rebound, but it'll be Brock who in transition gives it to Brady. Brady for three, and he'll make the 3-point play, making the score 30-17. Antioch wants to talk about it. We'll be back after that. And we're back.
Back here with IHSA regional play. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the semifinals round. Winner of this game will meet Deerfield in the regional final. Once again, held in the Don Dome in Niles. Both teams have done a little less than expected. I mean, both teams kind of steamed out going into this second half.
Both sides will send the same personnel out. And it'll be Watu who gives it to Cooper. Cooper commits the turnover. DeVito lobs it to Brady. Brady with the ball beyond the perimeter, drives, finds Brock open. Brock quickly gives it to DeVito though. And it'll be DeVito to Brady, who's even more open. And he can't do anything with it, but the rebound by Reed Roslin to Brock, who's double teamed. Brady double teamed and draws the foul inside the perimeter.
There's like a switch up in the Don playbook here. This is pretty simple. Just give it to your best player.
It'll be Ryder Rhea to inbound. Don spread out on offense. Reed will get the ball to DeVito. DeVito to Brock. Brock to Rhea. Rhea to Reed. It'll be Brady with the ball in the paint who draws the foul. And he'll get two.
Yeah, Don's really trying to focus on getting the ball into Brady's hands. I mean, when he has the ball, I mean, he's pretty automatic with the points. Been kind of a theme this season. He's going to have an opportunity to expand the lead.
He'll make the first one. He's 2 for 3 from the line tonight.
The opportunity to expand the lead to 15.
And he'll make the second one. It'll be Watu to inbound. Given to Jack, right back to Watu. Watu will be picked up by Brock at half court. Watu taking his time. He'll give it to Mark Render. Render to Watu, who swings it to Jack. Jack driving. Gives it to Marshall, who draws the foul on the ground. Excuse me, shooting foul. He'll get 2.
Really big player. The opportunity to get 4 on the board. You know, we're talking about that 15-point lead. What a way to cut it down for Antioch. This is exactly what they were looking for in this situation. Opportunity to get that lead back down to 11.
And he'll miss it for the 3-point play. Excuse me, that was a bonus. And it'll be Brady Selhorst who gives it to Brock. Brock to Shell, just inside the perimeter. Back to Brock, who's double teamed. Lob to Brady. Brady gives it to DeVito, who's open but misses it.
I got another miscommunication, it feels.
Marshall in transition gives it to Mark Render, who put it in for 2 points.
Antioch doing a real good job making points off these miscommunications from the Dons, but now it's back in Brock's hands in their own side of the court.
Yeah, it'll be Brock, who's double teamed. And timeout, Dons.
Yeah, something I've seen out of Antioch recently is really putting the pressure on Brock. Now, we're talking about a 2-time state champion here. He has this experience in this sort of field. So getting him to kind of panic a little bit, kind of push him back, is a way to kind of weaken the Dons. And Antioch, I think they've done a real good job at that, but they got to keep that pressure up. You got a minute left in this third quarter, and you have another 8 in the fourth. This is an opportunity to go to the regional championship game. This is big.
The Dons have used 4 of their 5 timeouts this half, which will be interesting for the rest of the game.
Really good point there. I didn't even notice. I mean, 4. Really interesting strategy. I mean, we've usually seen the Dons. I mean, I was talking about it earlier in the first quarter. The Dons, they like to keep these games close. They kind of usually fall off by the end. They don't really lose those really tight games. So using their timeouts here early to really make sure that they have an expanded lead going into that fourth quarter, to make sure that Antioch has to play from behind. Definitely like the confidence out of them. But in practicality, I mean, we're going to see how that really goes.
Minute 14 remain in the third quarter.
Ryder Rea checking out, notably.
And in for him, Vincent Schell. It'll be DeVito who will inbound for the Dons. DeVito with tight coverage all around. Gives it to Schell. But it'll be Watu knocks it out of bounds. And the Dons keep possession. Tough defense here for Antioch. And they'll give it to Brock. Very, very tight pass. But Brock will now have it beyond half court. He'll get over in time. He lobs it to Schell. Schell in a corner. Schell holding it, looking to pass. Brady can't hang on to it. It'll be Watu in transition, who gives it to Mark Render, who can't make it, but Watu will get the rebound. And a second chance. Jack will draw the foul.
Oof. I mean, Brady was pretty persistent. He had the confidence that he wanted the ball there, and then it just falls right out of his hands. Now Antioch back again with an opportunity to cut the lead down. And they do.
Jack Marza-Rozic drains the first one, and only a 10-point lead now for the Dons.
Yeah, cutting it down to a single-digit lead is exactly what Antioch needs here. With 49 seconds left, they're going to need to start making some moves. And knowing that they've used 4 timeouts, it's really going to be big. They still have 4 left as well.
And he'll make the second one. It'll be Brady who will inbound to Brock. Press defense for Antioch. Let's see how the Dons attempt to break it. It'll be to Brock. Brock to Brady. Back to Brock. He'll come give it to Ryder. Ryder to Brady. Out of control, but it's in Brock's hands, and Brock will give it to Ryder, who calms down the offense. Double team, back to Brock. Brock to Ryder. Ryder to Brock. Back to Ryder, and a double team once again forms. Brady gets the ball back to Ryder. Ryder to Brock. Brock to Ryder. And it'll be back to Brock. Brock gives it inside the perimeter for once. And it'll be Brady who cannot convert the 2-point play. And Watu will take it up and miss the last shot of the quarter. It's 32-25. The Dons still lead, but only by 9. What are your thoughts, Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, this has been a real interesting game. I mean, we haven't really seen this type of offense from the Dons. I mean, they usually tend to kind of start off slow and then slowly ramp up. But, of course, that strategy has lost them one too many games. So it looks like they have made a change. Talking about changes, though, Ryder Ray are being a big factor in this. Now if we go to the Antioch side, they need to keep smothering Brock. I mean, if they want to win this game, they need to keep that defensive pressure up. If they need to kind of cut them down. I mean, the teams are really playing off each other. It feels like the Dons score, then Antioch scores. But you can't do that when you're down by 9. So Antioch is going to have to start making some plays. I think they can. It's just a matter of if they will.
We'll see you in the fourth quarter, and we'll hand it off.
Welcome to the fourth quarter of action. I'm Aiden Nelson back from quarter number 1, joined by a new guest, Brendan Fleischacker. How are you tonight?
Good. How about you?
I'm good. How are you? Exciting game. Well, exciting in terms of the score, only a 9-point difference. As Marabella hits the big three from the wing, cutting the lead to 6 now for the Dons with 7:40 to go.
Second time for Marabella there. You know, multi-threat. He can beat you in the paint, and he'll beat you on the three.
A little bit of a scrap there for the ball, but Dons come away with it. Savarna finally finds Rhea, who immediately gets trapped and throws it cross court to Devin Genovese, who's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, the issue for the Dons has been these weak inside passes and these bad exterior passes, too. They're giving them turnovers, and they're generating points, giving them momentum.
Watu brings it up slowly. Starting 5 out there, except for Mazurowski, who is on the bench. Marabella in his place. Jason Lee, turnaround, fade away. Gets it to go. Cuts the lead to 4. 7 minutes to play.
Dons had it up 13 at half, and the Antioch's making a great comeback. They're only down 4. Dons need to change the tide here. They only got 1 timeout, so stopping the clock's going to be hard.
That was a big question mark of the last quarter. Coach Clancy decided to use 3-4, I believe it was 3 of his timeouts last quarter alone. So the Dons with only 1 left as Antioch continues to cut this lead down. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out later, about 6 minutes from now, as 6:45 left to play.
Yeah, the Dons, these soft passes, you know, they're letting Antioch get to them on the aggressiveness. As you see, the scrum coming up right now.
Watu with a great play, getting up with both hands, getting a tip on the pass. Jump ball, trying to figure out who has possession. It sounds like,
I believe Antioch started with the ball, but
they're giving the ball to Antioch, it sounds like, or it looks like they're going to send them to the benches for a little break as they talk this one over. I'm really not sure what's going on.
yeah, no, I mean, possessions, in my understanding, it's just whoever starts with the quarter, then it flips possession to the other team. I believe Antioch started with the ball, and there has been no turn of possession, but I would have expected the Dons to get it.
Yeah, again, my understanding is there's the tip. Whoever wins the tip, the other team then gets possession to start the second quarter, or if there's a jump ball, they then get possession. But whenever there's start of the quarter or jump ball, possession switches back and forth between teams. So if Antioch started the quarter with the ball, from my understanding, the Dons should be getting it after this jump.
Yeah.
But obviously unsure. Looks like the referees took one of their own timeouts. And so both teams got sent to the bench, got a little break 18 seconds into the quarter. A minute and 18 seconds into the quarter.
One thing I can say about both these coaches, they get their voice heard. You know, both of them they've been getting their voice out to the refs. As you can see, it changed the possession here.
So Antioch's going to get the ball after the jump. So Watu brings it up. Marabella swings it to Gerke, now driving. He loses it. Selhurst with a quick hand tips that one out of bounds.
Good defense by the Dons in the first half. Look like it's kind of slipped in the second. You know, they've already generated 6 more points in the second than the first.
And you can just tell Antioch came out of half firing. Some quick points as it looks like someone with quick hands down by the basket swiped it away, and then it kicks off of Watu's foot out of bounds. So Dons with 6:30 to go get possession.
Dons need to flip the tide here. You know, it's been Antioch this entire half. You can't let that be the story. Don's got to flip this while they can.
And these soft lobs are very dangerous, as seen there as Rhea kicks it out, shell in the corner, now moving it around, resets top of the key.
Yeah, it's like these unsure passes. It's killing the Dons. It's almost, they don't know where it's going to. It's screw-ups, and it's the soft passes that have got Antioch recognized in the first half. Coming out, they play more aggressive. They've gotten it within 4.
Logan Lennon's going to get called with a foul on Carmen Mecchia as he was trying to drive to the basket. So that's the second foul of the quarter for Antioch. Don still with none.
Antioch's played much tougher defense. It seemed like they were easy going in the first half. Now they're playing full court press. It's really helped Antioch.
And the three from Shell in the corner is good. Dons extend the lead to 7. 5:40 now to go.
Yeah, I believe the crowd enjoyed that one. That's really a tide flipper right there. Great shot by Shell. He got the open look. Has been hitting. He's hit one earlier today, making a statement when it matters in the fourth quarter.
Well, we're going to take a break here. 5:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Dons up 7 over Antioch. Welcome back to fourth quarter action. Notre Dame up 35 over the Antioch 28 in the regional semifinal. Winner of this goes ahead to play Deerfield in the regional final as the Dons scrambling around for it. Ball is tangled up, just a mosh pile almost of players.
Yeah, that looked more like a tush push from the Eagles, you know? The guy more jumped on the ball rather than fighting for the ball. It seems like he was trying to get it off Mekia, who I believe was down there.
And, you know, with another jump ball, reminds us of the one we had earlier to start this quarter. And we said that the referees took a timeout. It looks like Antioch actually took that timeout. So Antioch's used 2 of their timeouts in this quarter so far. They have 2 left. Don still with 1. And a great feed to Shell in the paint, who finishes with the left hand.
Yeah, Shell not normally a paint player. You know, he's a sharpshooter, but good play by him to recognize the open lane. Their aggressiveness has allowed open lanes in the bottom.
You can see the Dons kind of just keep things, you know, deep wing, just kind of up near the logo volleyball line, just back and forth. And Antioch's taking advantage of that trapping as Watu hits the mid-range from the elbow. But, you know, the Dons kind of just going back and forth near the volleyball line. And Antioch, you can see here, going to trap that. Shell seeing the back door open and using it.
Looks like Watu might have pushed him there. He's been chirping all game. He's been getting in with the refs. Seems like a more aggressive player. I saw a little push on him there, but that's hard to notice.
Looks like Savarna, I don't know if it was a push necessarily, but Savarna came down and definitely contacted Watu, which forced him over the line. And it looks like they're going to call that, you know, a backcourt violation. So 4:40 to go. Don's trying to hold on to the 7-point lead. Watu in and out. Savarna with the rebound, now trying to push it.
I think the Dons, as long as they can, I would stay down low, get those points.
Back out Savarna on the wing. The bank is open for the Dons so far. They extend the lead to 10. 4:15 to play.
Yeah, he cashed that large check right there. That was important.
And basket gets discounted. Mark Render not happy about that one. Using some colorful language down on the court. He's going to get a charging call.
Yeah, Rhea, he's been the expert charge taker. They haven't had him for a while now. Don's really needing him. And he shows his impact in the game. That's a momentum shift.
I believe that's 4 charges called just on Antioch, and about 3 of them are on the guy Ryder Reyes defending. And looks like Jason Lee got a hand in there and poked it free, but the ref sees otherwise. Another backcourt violation call on the Dons, and the second one that the Notre Dame fans aren't happy about.
Yeah, there's no way Rhea would have flipped like that if he wasn't contacted. That is a poor call, in my opinion.
Game goes on. Under 4 minutes now to play. Gerke working baseline spin move. Floater's good.
That's one of the quickest spin moves I've seen that's outside of football. Wow, what a finish there.
And you've seen it just all throughout tonight. Just a great athlete there as Watu. Little hard reach-in foul on Vincent Shell.
Yeah, Watu's been playing very aggressive, and I know Mazurowski's got 4 fouls. That's why he's out of the game.
So now Savarna driving floater. Gets nullified. They're going to say he got contacted on it. So he's going to go to the line for 2.
I think I saw a little contact while he's trying to get up to put the floater up. I don't know if Savarna was really ready for that shot. It seemed like he was ready to get in the rebound mode right away.
First one bounces around a little bit, but eventually finds the net as Marabella now checks back in for Logan Lennon.
Free throws have been a sour note for the Dons today. You know, I mean, they made more than they missed, but that's a given. And again there, Mecchia with a great rebound.
Goes back up, denied by Gerke. An emphatic block as Watu now trying to go coast to coast, throws it up. Basket's no good, but foul called nonetheless. He's heading to the line now for 2.
You know, that shot kind of reminds me of when like a quarterback just throws it up to the receiver because they know the receiver's good. It didn't seem like he had much intention with that shot, looking to draw a foul.
You could tell kind of just falling backward, needed to get something up in the air before he hit the ground, and ends up working out for him as he's now at the line. First one is good.
Yeah, free throws are where you win and lose the game. I remember the Joliet Catholic game the Dons played. The Dons were missing a lot of their free throws, and it ended up being 56-56 at the end of regulation. Lost them the game. It really does count in the end.
Trying to cut the lead to 7. Watu gets it done. 3:27 to go in the game. Regional championship appearance on the line. Don's trying to hold on. Antioch trying to make a comeback.
The thing that this Antioch defense is right now, as I said earlier, was these soft passes. I think the Dons have been getting away from that, and it's caused less turnovers.
As Rhea goes hard to the basket, a little too hard for the case of Logan Lennon, and he's going to go to the line again where, like you said before, Dons have struggled, but this is the point of the game where these really matter. You're starting to get tired. The score starts to get a little closer than usual, and that clock starts to tick down.
Yeah, late block there by Antioch, and Ray looked like he wanted goaltending, but I think the foul's already called. You can't make the decision from there.
And the free throw struggles continue. Rhea misses the first one.
I mean, Ray hasn't been here in a while. You know, it's kind of hard to get back. It was a hand injury that he got. So I know it's messing him up right here.
Gets the second one, extends the lead back to 8.
Yeah, that was a necessary free throw there. You can't miss both. That's
feed to Watu. He goes up. And it goes in and out, but again, another foul called. Antioch has 5, so the Dons are in the bonus. Notre Dame has, right now on the scoreboard, it's listed as 2 fouls.
Yeah, with 2 is a very good foul draw. You know, he's playing very aggressive. He knows if he can get in the paint, as long as he's putting the shot up near the rim, he's getting free throws. But that's a good idea, especially when you're down 8.
First one doesn't fall, so a 2 at the line. Trying to at least salvage a point from this trip. And he does.
Yeah, exact same sequence as Rhea, but
again, another lead cut down to 7 for the Dons. 2:50 to play.
Yeah, it looks like the Dons have retired those soft passes. I think that's what really killed them in the third quarter.
Antioch playing a little less aggressive on defense, still pressing hard, but not double teaming at the very least. And Selhurst is now going to head to the line for 2 shots after he gets fouled on his layup attempt.
The Dons have looked infinitely better this quarter, offensively, defensively. They've stopped Antioch, they've stopped the turnovers, stopped the free points.
So Selhurst gets the first one to go, extends the lead back out to 8, trying to make it 9 here. Like you said before, Don's had a 13-point lead going into half, and then has kind of just been losing it ever since the start of the third quarter, trying to build back out to that comfortable lead, especially when you only have one timeout, as Selhurst makes the second free throw as well.
Yeah, Selhurst is always a guy you can rely on to make. I think I saw him miss one tonight, but I think he's taking about 8 free throws, maybe about 7.
With 2, deep 3 off target, but it looks like another foul called.
I have not seen these deep pushes at all. You know, in previous games, they do not call it. They are hammering down on it today.
Ryder visibly upset with the call as Gerke gets an alley-oop attempt, and it looks like Selhurst ends up tipping it in himself.
I don't know. I think in the scorebook you give Selhurst 2 more points. Do you take 2 off or do you give him 2? I don't know about that one.
Well, Antioch takes a timeout. They now only have 1 left. With that said, 2:19 to go. Don's up 44, Antioch 37. Fourth quarter action resumes here at Notre Dame College Prep in the regional semifinal. Bit of questioning around the basket just scored by Antioch.
I think if you're the Dons, you get the ball in and you get it to Brady. Brady's your most consistent player.
And an errant pass is nullified as Vincent Schell draws a charge.
He saw that one coming from a mile away. He knew that guy was going to be aggressive. He set his feet, let the charge happen.
And so essentially just a do-over. Selhurst pass gets stolen. Then Gerke tries to make a play at the basket. Schell draws the charge, and we're back to square one. And now Gerke gets another foul called on him. And because of the bonus, Selhurst is heading to the line. One of the most consistent free throw shooters for the Dons now gets an opportunity to extend the lead to 11.
I think if you want it in anyone's hands, it's Selhurst.
Excuse me, I want to correct myself. Extend the lead to 9.
Yeah, this has been the Dons' worst aspect of the night, in my opinion. Maybe the passing, but Selhurst has been. I was about to say
little
proficient.
Announcer jinx there.
I was about to say proficient, and I thought I would jinx it. Turns out it did anyway. Selhurst is visibly upset by missing the free throw. You can't let that get to him.
Now Antioch with 2:10 to play, starting to get to crunch time. 8-point deficit. Jack Mazurowski checks back into the game with 4 fouls. If he gets one more, he fouls out. Tipped pass. Marabella, one dribble. Mid-range, no good.
I think that look with the 3 was a lot better. An aggressive foul there by Witt, too. It was obviously to stop the clock. Aggressive foul there by him.
It's now 1:50 to play in this regional semifinal. Dons holding on to an 8-point lead, which they established very early on. Got out to a quick 7-0 run to start this game, and that's about the lead they've held throughout it so far.
Yeah, winner of this game will play Deerfield, who is in the crowd right now, scouting game. Obviously, they feel great that they won in a blowout matchup against a close rival.
Second free throw, no good. Grabbed by Marabella. Now with 2, again working ISO, drives. Can't get any sort of decent shot, but is fouled again. And for what feels like the 1,000th time this quarter, is heading to the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, it's like push, push, push. I mean, all these fouls, same one. With 2, yeah, like you said, I can't tell you how many times I've said his name and free throw line in the same sentence. Well, that's his niche, and it works.
He cuts the lead back down to 8 with the first one. He's looking to cut it back down to 7 with the second one. 1:41 to play. Feels like the pacing of this quarter has just been about 10 seconds of action, foul, 10 seconds of action, foul, rinse and repeat.
It's like a repeat workout for sprinters, you know? You do 100 meters and then you stop. Back up again, you know? It's very, very slow paced, like a baseball game almost. A lot more action.
So a 7-point lead for the Dons. Rhea is able to inbound it safely to Selhurst, who now flies down the court and then gets fouled again. This time Mark Render is going to get called for it. So Selhurst, with 1:36 to play, finds himself at the line again.
Yeah, I think I've heard the whistle more than myself. Yeah, no, it's been a very foul-happy game for the refs here. Student section looking better than it ever has, except for the St. Pat's game, which obviously is going to be the sellout. But
pretty solid showing from the Antioch crowd, too. I know with our camera angle, you can't see them due to we're on the visitor side currently, so you cannot see the Antioch crowd, but a pretty solid crowd. You can hear, making some noise for Selhurst trying to shoot his free throws. As he able to steal a pass here, working all the way down, and he finds his way coast to coast.
Yeah, I mean, that 11 points, that really just changes what this game is about now.
Gerke with it at the elbow, kicks it out. Mazurowski from the corner. Way too short. Shell with a rebound. And getting pushed around. Mark Render charged with another foul.
It's like the Deerfield's trying to beat the traffic, I mean, I would too if I had just played a basketball game, Winner of this game will play Deerfield here Friday night.
I believe it's a 7 o'clock tip-off.
7 o'clock tip-off to win the regional final. Antioch was last regional champions back in 2018.
And this game, other than really the start of both halves, has been pretty back and forth throughout. Dons got out to a hot start at the start of the first quarter, got out to an early lead and kind of held that throughout. But then at the start of the third quarter, we saw Antioch come out hot to start the second half, and they, cut this thing down from 13 to 6, and it's been hovering around that difference so far.
I think the issue for Antioch, 12-point lead. We were at 4 to start the quarter. With a great shot by Watu.
That is Watu again with a great fadeaway. So timeout called by Antioch. That's going to be their last one. And we're going to take a break. Dons holding on to a 10-point lead with 55.2 to play.
Sloppy interaction there with Ray and Savarna. You know, Ray was running down sideline. You can do that once the other team makes the basket. Only commonly seen late in the fourth quarter, but this is going to help Antioch in the possession here.
So Antioch down by 10, 54.8. Mazerovsky checks it in with two huge, way long three-pointer. Not too far off the mark, but no good nonetheless. And so Dons get it into the defensive zone of Antioch, and then a quick foul by number 10, Cameron Spike. Just trying to stop the clock, send Savarna to the free throw line. 44.1 to play.
Yeah, Savarna, the transfer from DePaul College Prep. They won the championship last year. It's been a big addition to this team. They needed a point guard, and that's been his role this entire year. Don's very gracious in receiving Savarna.
And so now it appears you're going to see Antioch start checking in some subs, some unfamiliar faces. Most important, Caleb Drew's checking in for the first time tonight, to my knowledge at least. Jason Lee also checks back in. Cameron Spike coming down. And it looks like number 5, Devontae Bird, also in the game now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Antioch, they have hopes, but I think the Dons have put a nail in his coffin special. But that turnover, which could have been, now Antioch gets another shot.
35.6 to play. Dons with an 11-point lead after the free throw by Savarna. Spike to Lee. Lee too long on the three, but Mazerovsky with a quick rebound puts it back up. For the and one, they call a foul on Rhea. He's pleading that he did not touch him.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, we were talking about trying to find out how to pronounce these guys' names. Mazerovsky. And me and Aiden both knew the baseball player who won the World Series on a walk-off home run.
Pirates second baseman Bill Mazerovsky. So maybe this Mazerovsky has something in him. A different spelling, but same pronunciation for the most part. So Jack converts the and one, cuts the lead to 8. But it looks like he's going to have no heroic effort of his own as he checks out of the game for presumably the final time tonight with 30 seconds to play.
I mean, wet two's been the heart of this team, and subbing it back in was necessary if they want to make a comeback here.
Clock continued to wind down. Foul on Selhurst. Looks like either by Watu or by Gerke. Couldn't tell which. But Selhurst going to head to the line now. 22.9 to play. And this one is just about over. Crowd starting to file out. We saw Deerfield head out with about a minute to play.
Yeah, it looked like the student section's loving what's happening right now. 20 seconds, 8 points. That's monumental. Selhurst is unlike himself tonight. I think it's his third missed free throw. I mean, he doesn't normally do that. He's going to be working on that in practice tomorrow.
Quick turnaround for the Dons and Deerfield. Both of these teams get a day off tomorrow and then come back here on Friday for 7 p.m. tip-off in the regional championship. Gerke just throws one up there, not even close to the rim. 10 seconds to play and a foul.
Like the Bon Jovi song, Living on a Prayer. That song reminds me of the shot.
So Cameron Spike fouls Vincent Shell again. 8.4 to play. Don's up 9. This one is pretty much over. So looking ahead this Friday, Deerfield, who handled business tonight against Lakes, got a huge win, 65-23 before this game tipped off. And they just looked in control the entire time, not a doubt about it, all the way from this first quarter tip-off all the way through to the final buzzer. They handled their business tonight. Dons do so as well as Gerke slams one home to end the season. So Notre Dame gets a nice win here in front of their home crowd at their place. That is I'm trying to do some quick math. 4 plus 5 is 9. AP student can't do basic math, but Dons get a 9-point win here. Student section starting to file out, crowd starting to file out. Antioch puts up a great effort against the Dons, but can't finish it. Notre Dame walks away, heading to the regional championship in 2 days.
Looking for a good matchup there. Deerfield, good team. Dons, they start off the hot start they did today. They will contend and they can beat. Both teams can win, both teams can lose.
Well, that's going to do it all for us tonight, folks. I'm Aiden Nelson, joined by Brennan Fleischacker. For the rest of our crew, have a great night and tune back in Friday night at 7 p.m. to watch the regional championship.